What's up, YouTube? We're back with...
Hello guys, I'm David, and nice to meet you guys again. And fortunately, this time I topped the Saskatoon's regional with a third place with my Pure Snake Eye. Yes,
Yeah.
Pure Snake Eye is absolutely a good deck in current format. And for this regional, I believe there will be at least 3 Pure Snake Eyes player. He's a top cut. And yeah, overall it's a pretty strong deck in current TCG format.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciated to share my deck here with all of you guys.
Awesome. Okay, let's get into the deck then.
Okay, so when we talk about Snake Eyes, I wish to start with a Snake Eye Ash. So definitely 3 Ash because it's a best starter card for your deck.
Yeah.
So normal summon Ash could finish your full combo,
Yeah.
and even you got Impermanent Valor, then you can still get Extender from your Bonfire. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a 3 card.
Yeah.
And to Popular. Popular is a less powerful starter. For the most of the time, you will search it by Bonfire
Yep.
as an extender. But in some extreme cases, if you wish to save save some of your extenders, you could still choose to normal summon your Popular and you start another combo lines with your Diablo stars.
Okay.
And then I played 2 Diablos today. Actually, it's an interesting number because some people prefer to play 3 of them.
Yeah.
The reason is actually they are share the card space with a Wanted. And if you draw both of them and Wanted, then
It's not that good.
yeah, it's not a good, very good cases. So
Yeah.
for these cases, I just cut off the ratios and replace it into a more flexible card.
That's honestly really fair. Like I bubbled with the deck today, and I saw this way too much. There's always 1 or 2 of these, or like I had too much of this for sure.
It
Yeah.
happens. And then here,
now, otherwise we're gonna get started in just a couple of seconds. I can't find it. 5,
Oh, just kidding.
4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1,
Jordan, you're killing me.
0.99.
Oh my God, Jordan.
0.98, 0.97, and sold. Okay, we're starting with 7.
All right. Continue.
okay. Now here is one of the most important card of this deck. I would call it as a soul of this deck. It's a Jet Synchro.
Yeah.
You know, Snake Eyes have actually 2 different types. The one focuses on play with a Synchro monster,
Yeah.
and the one focuses on play Link monster.
Okay.
So the reason I choose a Synchro version because people tend to play like multiple powerful going second card like Talent in the current format.
Yeah.
And Talent is a pretty strong card in any games when you play against versus any format of the Snake Eyes.
Okay.
So in this case, you will have to some card to play around with your opponent's spell cards.
Yeah.
So if you only end with a board like Amdo or Apollosa or something else, you can easily lose to triple text Talent by taking control of monster.
Yeah.
So in this case, Jet will help you finish some synchro combos with a start like Wanted plus Ash or Diablo Star plus Ash.
Right.
So it's one of my favorite choices in this format.
Yeah. It's
And
great.
I played 1 Oak, and
Yep.
actually Oak is a pretty strong extenders, especially when it was special summoned by original
Yeah.
as a last hand. Also, it can support some combos start with Temple plus Oak.
Yeah.
But you will not wish to see multiple of them because it's actually doing nothing if you just draw them separately.
Yeah.
So it's just a one-off card, but I think it's necessary to consider about it.
Yeah.
And that's why the Snake Eyes branch.
Branch,
So I think this is another card need to argue a little bit because not all the Snake Eyes actually need the extra extenders
Yeah.
when you have already finished the full combo.
Yeah.
I play it just as another circle Snake Eye card.
Okay.
For when you are attempting to finish a lethal combo, it
Yeah.
gives you 1 more extra body.
Okay.
But I think this card is totally replaceable with a more powerful hand trap.
Yeah.
So it depends on people. Maybe
That's-
I will consider to remove this one from my deck in my next list.
Yeah.
And Flamebird Dragon. So I think this is most significant differences between Fire King Snake Eyes. So this deck playing 2 Flamebird Dragon because for some combos with Temple, you always wish to set 1 to your
Yeah.
Slant Trap Zone to play around with Nib.
Yeah.
When they activate Nib, you just special summon it
Special
and
summon it
keep playing the
and keep
combo.
playing.
And Two Flamber Dragons is pretty strong for long term of the game, especially you can attempting to recycling it with a few spell and popular in your graveyard. Because it's a fire monster, it can send to your spell
Yeah.
trap zone. And if it's just a come back and forth from your opponent's graveyard and keep pushing your opponent important monster to their spell trap zone, it will be pretty strong in long term of the game.
Yeah.
And it's actually one of the win condition in my first round of the game.
Okay. Yeah, it's a really good effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Bonfire. Yes, Bonfire is a card. It's a card I think a little bit necessary for this deck, even it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway, the effect of this one is pretty significant. So for the most generic case, it's just a replacement of your Ash.
Yeah.
Because if you don't start with Ash, you can attempt to gambling your opponent don't have draw and low card and search Ash.
Yeah.
Also, if you just wish to save your normal summon, you can just using Bonfire to search your Popular
Yeah.
and special summon it and save your normal summon because Popular still supposed to play a full combo.
Right.
But the only thing is this card lose to draw and low card
Yeah.
if your opponent just main deck them. With this type of consideration, when you go in second, you may consider to replace one of them
Okay.
into more powerful card.
Right.
But I think for 3 copy of them in main deck is absolutely a good idea.
Okay.
And the next one is Wanted.
One in.
And Wanted is another card I think works totally different comparing with Firekill Snake Eye.
Yeah.
Because if Firekill Snake Eye starts with Wanted, is actually a little bit weaker. There are not so many searchable cards in their deck.
Right.
And they can only just a special Diabuser, search original,
Yeah.
and start playing the normal combo. And
Yeah.
it will get you easily get into the range of the Nibiru.
Yeah.
So with this consideration, this card sometimes will be the extenders.
Right.
But you always activate in the trophy that player will choose. But anyway, since it's another combo line without requiring a normal summon, I think 3 copy of Wanted is absolutely work for the Snake Eye format. And a little bit difference is I play 2 original.
Yeah.
So the second original is another card I compared with other 1 card extenders,
Yeah.
like 1 for 1 and like 1 for 1 or maybe the third Popular or maybe the third Diabuser.
Yeah.
The reason why I choose the original because it's a support 1 combo to start with Ash and original finish your 5-step flare
Yeah.
to help you play around with Nip. Also, if you have already got your original in your hand and you got the Diabuser, you can use Diabuser to search other card I will mention later.
Yeah. Okay.
So in this case, I think this card is a little bit better than 1 for 1 because 1 for 1 requires 1 monster from your hand, but the monster
Yeah.
in Snake Eye's hand are actually pretty
important. Yeah.
pretty important.
Yeah, that's what I found with 1 for 1 as well.
Yeah.
Lots of times you just
Even
don't
for
have
the
monster.
most positive case, you need discard some powerful hand traps.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
And second one is make your Popular can search the extender when they special summon during your opponent's turn. So
Right.
I think 2 original simple spell is a good choice. Okay, and now one of my favorite cards in this deck is Temple. So Temple is basically a card to help you to play around with Nip because when they special summon monster, you can special summon 1 more monster from your spell trap zone.
Yep.
If you start with a Diabuser and you happen to got a Temple, you can always set 1 Flamber Dragon to your stone spell trap zone. And once you get Nip, you just link the token and Flamber Dragon into Epimask Arena.
Yeah.
So for this type of consideration, some opponents may consider to waiting for you resolve your Flamber Dragon to activate Nip.
Right.
But this is a still pretty solid card, especially in the long term of the games.
Yep.
And even you start with this card without any other starters, it's not always a dead card.
Yeah.
You can still activate it to set your Ash to your spam trap zone
Yep.
during opponent's special summit.
Yeah.
For the cases you don't have any starters, you maybe have a lot of hand traps. Actually, it's still a deal
Yeah.
if you can search your extenders and use hand trap to stop your opponent's combo.
And then I'm sure this is pretty good with like if you draw both of them, you can even do
Indeed.
Poplar if you wanted to, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there are some 2 cards
work
combo with other card in main deck. So yeah,
Yeah.
2 of them is fair enough.
Yep.
And there's another interesting package
Yep.
is Simple Spell Silvera
Yep.
and Dramatic Snake Eyes Chase. So basically, it's a small package to help you play around with spell and traps.
Yeah.
In current format, where most people are just wishing to main deck like 3 copy of Triple Text Talent, like what I did. So for this cases, if you just finish your pure Snake Eye combo without Diabuser, for the most of the cases you will not have your spell trap negates.
Right.
And this is a searchable card by the. This is a searchable card by actually Diabuser.
Yeah.
And the way you search it is you're using the popular search the chase,
Yep.
and use a chase special Diabuser in your end phase.
Right.
So this is an arguable package because there are not so many people choose this package.
Right.
It's a purely going first card and actually a little bit less powerful when you're going second.
Yeah.
And you always set them out for the set deck gaming for more powerful cards against
Okay.
the opponents.
Yeah.
So this two package will be probably replaced, but I'm still playing it to see how it's at work.
Okay.
If you wish to have some spell trap negate in the main deck, then you could attempt to do this anyway.
Okay.
Okay, and Called by Grave.
Called by the
Called
Grave.
by Grave is a card people really considered in this format because
Yeah.
there are so many powerful graveyard effects. So basically, no matter against the Fire King Snake Eye or just a pure Snake Eye, there are lots of good targets.
Yeah.
But if you play against the Snake Eyes, Banish Flamebird Dragon or Princess will be pretty hard.
Yeah.
So with this kind of consideration, I will keep playing this card.
Okay.
And it is the only way for you to play around with a D-Shifter when you're going first. And
Okay.
since Snake Eye can basically not do anything under the shifter, so I think this is still necessary to main deck it.
Yeah.
But when you go in second, just attempting to set it out if you know your opponent don't actually care about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now let's talk about the combination of hand traps. So basically, 3 Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is still a very powerful hand trap in the current format.
Yeah.
But since makes things a little bit different is since our format is fulfilled with fair decks. If you just activate the Ash, your opponent may have the Hita and
Yeah.
resummon your Ash and make a princess.
Yeah.
With this, for these cases, you may wish to cut off the number
Yeah.
or even replace them into the ghost spell when
Yeah.
you go. When you're going for a set deck game, but yes, it's a still pretty strong card.
Okay.
But you need to consider the situation to activate it.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is another strongest hand trap, I think, in current format. Because when opponents normal summon Ash, use a Veiler on them can stop their search and prevent them to special summon Snake Eye monster from the deck.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little bit worse than Imperm because it could lose to Triple Texas Talent, and it's a target for Bestial.
Yeah.
So, but
It's just not-
in current
yeah.
format, I think it's a big deal
To draw.
because
Yeah, it can just stop their turn, hey?
yeah. So I will still play 3 copy of them in current format. It's just
Yeah.
a strong card. And let's talk about Nib. So I only play 2 Nib in my main deck. Because both Fire King and Snake Eyes have their own combo to play under drop or play under the Nib or play around with Nib.
Right.
So for these cases, you most likely will replace them into other reliable cards to play against them, but now
Yeah.
the gambling they're getting into the range of the Nib.
Okay.
But maybe set out this one for the set deck game would be a better choice. I will keep looking on how those cards behave in
Yeah.
my deck. Maybe I could replace them into Ghost Spell for the further game, but
Okay.
in the today's tournament, I played Nib and it helped me to play against some greedy combos.
Yeah.
So I still play 2 copies of them right now.
Okay.
And Imperm.
Doing
Imperm actually is a card a little bit better
Than
than Vader because you can activate it in
Your,
any
your
phase.
turn, yeah. On your
And
turn as well.
it will not trigger your opponent. It's not will trigger your opponent talent.
Yeah.
So when you have this one and other hand traps, you may most likely resolve them first.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And
the last hand
last
trap?
one is Joan Lockbird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joan Lockbird is a card can reduce the final board of the Snake Eyes
Yeah.
or Fire Kings
Yeah.
or other decks. But it cannot stop. It's a little bit tough to stop a card make a combo.
Yeah.
You know, lots of deck can still make combo on the draws. So you play it because you wish to see it have synergies with other hand traps.
Yeah.
If you have some hand traps like draw plus imperm or draw plus nib.
Yeah.
So those types of combination will force your opponent playing some risky combo
Yes.
and get into the ridge by punch by nib.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
Alrighty.
here is my main deck. Now let's talk about the
extra deck.
The first one is my synchro package.
Yep.
So the Formula Synchro, Borlow Savage, and Barrel Defler. So basically, those are only cards you need for the Synchro because this will provide you precious and spell trap negation, and the Formula Synchro will just provide you one more extra.
Yeah.
And for some combos, you can even use it for link material and set it by Flamebird Dragon
Yeah.
and resummon it during your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
But just remember, this card cannot be resolved in the draw phase.
Draw phase, yeah.
So when you're attempting to resolve Flamebird Dragon's effect, you may need to consider about if you need actually to special summon this card in your opponent's draw phase immediately.
Right. And yeah. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
And the second thing is some generic Link monster package. So Link Cribble is a card can always extend your link value because you can always link your always link your popular into the graveyard. And there is another important thing in this deck. This is a very important card for your deck to protect your Apollousa.
Yeah.
You know, for the most of the cases, we just have a 3 material Apollousa. You can definitely have 4, but I recommend you remain one level 1 monster on the field.
Right.
To help you special summon the Link Cribble again.
Yeah.
For this case, your opponent just cannot special summon some monsters and crush into your Apollousa.
Yeah. Okay.
So Little Knight and IP Masquerina is a fascinating card in this deck. But basically, I need mention Apollousa here because when you special summon IP Masquerina by your Flamebird Dragon, you always make a choice between these two of them.
Yeah.
For some of cases, if you only end with Ambler Whale, Flamebird Dragon, and IP Masquerina special summoned from your spell trap zone, you may need to consider about to make IP Masquerina play around with some face-up card on your opponent's field like the Barrier of Voiceless.
Yeah. The other thing to mention too is this making this sometimes can play into like Triple Tactics talents.
Indeed.
Right, so they'll steal it, and then so sometimes like that's why this is going to be the better choice. Even though this is 4 negates, this is 2 interruptions and that you can play around talents. Yeah.
Anyway, SP is a much more flexible card, but for some types of the matchups, if your opponent just focus on their monster effect, Apollousa can definitely hit them hard.
Yeah.
And let's talk about some generic Link 2 monsters. I playing Nightmare Phoenix today because I need some backrow remove in the set deck game. You know, since Anti-Spell Fragrance is one of the most popular choice to play against a strong going second card like Talent. So you may need wish to have some card to play against versus your opponent's back row. Also, when you're playing the actually it's not when you're attempting to play the Zelantis lethal combo. If you have 2 extra fire monster, this one will give your Zelantis 1 more extra pop.
Okay.
So and I play both Dark and Hita. So Dark can special summon your opponent Diabellstar, and Hita can special summon your opponent Snake Eye Ash. Those are cards can help you play some unplayable hand when you're going second game. So I think I will still play both of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And now is Ambler Whale. Ambler will always have the princess in the graveyard to help you to help you stop your opponent's overextended. Also, it's another card to protect you cannot get lethal easily because when your Link 3 or lower Link monster was destroyed by your opponent's card, you can bench this card and pop 1 card on the field. So it's pretty important in the graveyard. Also, but a little bit risky part for this combo is Princess will always lock you into a fire monster. That means that when you resolve it, you need double check you have already resolved your IP Masquerina effect.
Exactly.
And then here is Zelantis lethal combo. So Zelantis and Raging Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason, Raging Phoenix is such an expensive card, but I think it is still necessary.
Yeah.
Because if you're just playing the Zelantis and wishing to special summon back your Ambler Whale, you
Yeah.
need at least a 4 monster to finish this
Yeah.
combo because you still need 1 more fire monster to be popped by Princess.
Okay.
But for these cases, you only need 3 monsters to make your Princess,
Yeah.
and you bring back your Flamebird Dragon. Flamebird Dragon will give you the extra monsters.
Okay.
And then you can just using the
Yeah.
Raging Phoenix pop your
Pop
Flamebird
your-
Dragon and dealing huge amount of damage.
Yeah.
So if you wish to play a 1-turn lethal combo, then I highly recommend you play Raging Phoenix.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
the last one is Underworld Bonus. So this is a card I considered for my last card space.
Yep.
I compared this one with Typhon. Well, I think this card is a little bit better than Typhon because when you summon Typhon, most likely you just declare you give up your turn to attempt to survive for 1 more turn.
Yeah.
But in current format, I think just pass 1 turn is absolutely not a good decision.
Yeah.
And you may still need some card to handling some monster on the field cannot be chosen as target, like Mikanko or the Guardians protected by the Voiceless Barrier. So for this case, Underworld Bonus is actually a pretty strong card.
Yep. And then the last thing.
The last thing is my side deck.
Yep.
So first of all, Spell.
Yep.
Spell is actually a pretty strong hand trap in current format, but only work for certain matchups.
Yeah.
So I mainly focus on the mirrors, on other types of the Fire King Snake
Yeah.
Eye, or even the Labyrinth. So for these cases, I just put it in my side deck.
Yep.
But if the average power of the fire decks increase, maybe I consider to remove them into the main deck.
Okay. Yeah.
And replace them by 3 copies of Nib in the set.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Cosmic Cyclone.
Yeah.
Cosmic is another strong card play against versus Fire King,
Yeah.
basically, because Island is always a good target. Also, you need some card going second to handling opponents' potentially anti-spell fragrance.
Okay.
Anti-spell, I think, is a really valuable card in current format when you're going first.
Yeah.
Some people don't like the going first side deck because you cannot guarantee you draw it. But I
Yeah.
think anti-spell is a different card because when you're playing a deck lose to lots of common spells like Soul Release or Talon, then
Yeah.
this card could be
Yeah.
the best card to play against with them.
For sure.
And for card play against versus the combo deck, I still choose 3 Forbidden Droplet.
Yep.
Actually, it depends, but I think Droplet did what I expected.
Yeah.
You still need some card to help you play around with Rogue deck in the early round of the big tournament. So
Right.
I still play 3 copies of them.
Yep.
And the last one is Spectral Remover.
Okay.
I play in 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Feathercaster.
Okay.
So just aiming for some people, just in case some people playing pure Spectral Stun deck.
Yep.
Or other when you play against a Labyrinth, activate one of them to bait out all of their traps.
Yeah.
That will make all of your decision much more easier.
Okay. Perfect. Well, congratulations today. Shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, thanks for that. Actually, I have multiple shout-outs for this tournament. The first thing is I have to appreciate Raz to drive us 8 hours last night to reach the Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard
And-
drive. Yeah.
Yeah, and the second guy is Mark at Winnipeg. Thanks for Mark. This guy make me made a decision to play in pure Snake Eye instead of the Snake Eye Fire King.
Okay. Awesome.
And the last guy is Cody at Winnipeg.
Yeah.
I remembered what you mentioned last time to let me shout at you. I remembered it, but I forgot what to shout to you. So I just shout to you in this way.
Okay.
That's
Awesome.
everything.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. All that kind of stuff really helps out. I really appreciate it. And down below, you can see a list of things that are coming up.